Okay, here we are. Just want to make sure that I am live wherever I need to be live. Remember, we're on YouTube and TikTok. That is where this show is on. This, of course, is a watch along of Orlando Pirates versus Cape Town Spurs. I'm your host, George Mokwena, and this is the Overthinking Football Show, the live version for the watch alongs. As we see the two teams come out, two teams that are in very, very different situations. You'd say that Pirates is close, is in the same vicinity as a lot of the teams that are in the top 2 and 3 position, whereas Cape Town Spurs is still fighting the good fight to try and make it back try and get it out of the relegation zone. But what's very interesting about this game is that Cape Town Spurs has 3 wins. One of those wins, and the first win that they ever got in the league this season, came from Orlando Pirates. Now, this is how the two teams are going to line up. You have Boshoff in goal for Cape Town Spurs, number 43. Number 24, Dotley. 6 is Morule. 36, Nkwali. 40, Kamaki. 50, Mapate. 34, Burn. 33, Butaka. 8, Pewa. 29, Cupido. And 17, Velepai. They're going to be playing a 4-4-1-1 type of situation. You know, they always give us the tactics at the beginning of the game, but most of the time, it's never that when you start watching the game. On Pirates' side, you have Chain in goal, number 24. You have Maela back into the team. 27, Koki. 5, Spisi. 2, Munyane, which is a very classic defensive setup there by Pirates. A defense that did very well at the beginning of the season. In the midfield, you have Makaula and Mbata. You have Makaula, Mbata, and Kim Viudi and Mufukeng. And then up front, Masangwanyi and Mabasa. The way Pirates say they're going to set up is a 3-4-3 with Mfukeng, Mabasa, and Maswanganyi as the 3 up top. You know Tito's going to come inside. We know Tito's going to come inside. Assisted in the 4 in the middle by Munyani, who's on the right-hand side, and then Umavububu on the other side of that pitch. So let's see whether Pirates can pull something out of the head. I have said all season long that Orlando Pirates is a very emotional team. If you catch Orlando Pirates on the right day, you will catch 5. If the wind is perfect, if the crowd is making a noise and everything is going well, 5-0 is not a far stretch of the imagination. But it's when they face some tough games where you start to ask questions about the MTN8 holders. But that being said, it is a very good team. Now it's really up to Ernst Mirendop, Umirendro, as we used to know him at Kaizer Chiefs, to see what he can do versus this Pirates side that he has. He didn't get it. I think it was Vasily who got the win, his assistant coach, before he came in. But they've played against the Pirates and they've won before. So now it's up to him to see if there's going to be a bit of fight, a bit of venom here for this Cape Town Spurs team to be able to take over. In the last 5 games, Cape Town Spurs has won 3, lost 1, and drawn 1. That is how they're looking. In their most previous game, the most recent game, they beat TS Galaxy 2-0. Orlando Pirates, on the other hand, has 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses, also winning their last 2 games. Last game being versus Ipulukwane. And of course, before that, Nedbank Cup action where Pirates demolished Crystal Lake in the Nedbank Cup 6-0. Whereas on the other end, Cape Town Spurs played a team much closer to them. When you look, if you were to put the tables one above the other, University of Pretoria, a game that they lost 1-0. Versus EUP. I believe my score, my form guide might be a little bit wrong. It's 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw for Cape Town Spurs. You know, I got confused there, man. My alma mater was playing, man. Here come Pirates on the attack. Mfukeng is going to be very, very important, and that's the player that everybody's going to be watching in order to give something to Pirates. Agent says not watching Sundowns play every 3 days should be included in 1,000 Ways to Die. But at least your players will rest, Agent. At least, man, I know they're going to add the game on later on. For those who don't know, Mamelodi Sundowns was meant to play TS Galaxy in El Press Conferencico. The media derby, the press conference derby between TS Galaxy and Mamelodi Sundowns. Unfortunately, sadly, TS Galaxy got into keeper. TS Galaxy got into an accident on their way to the game yesterday, on the way to go prepare for the game yesterday, where unfortunately a young lady lost her life. Rest in peace to her. So they applied for a postponement of their game, and yeah, they got that postponed. So we're not going to be watching Mamelodi Sundowns and TS Galaxy. Pirates is going to be the big game that we're focusing on today. First shot on. Hey, Boshoff, man. Boshoff, the goalkeeper, has already been stung. He pushed it onto the bar. He pushed it onto the upright. And then they seem to be taking shots at him. So maybe that is a weakness that can be exploited. Svila, thank you for the follow. Ryan, I am not allowed to say the illegal ones because for some reason I am monitored. So what I will say is legally, you can stream on, you can stream on DSTV stream. You can watch it on DSTV 202. I'm not sure if SABC Sport is showing this game. Beast Boy, I cannot show you the game because of copyright. Copyright usually has me by the balls, and I usually get banned. For those who don't know, I served a 3-month ban on Facebook. I served a 2-3 week ban on TikTok that I had to appeal. So I cannot show you anything. Even if I show the sounds, for some reason, I always get taken down. So all I can say is 202 on Supersport, DSTV stream, and that's where you can watch it. Okay, let me see. Let's see if Pirates can play. I think what has been nice about this past few weeks with the Pirates, maybe, and it's something that I spoke about earlier. Since Uloch has left, I think Rivero has realized that he can use these other players. And I think that if you go back to the beginning of the season, I always preach this about the Pirates. At the beginning of the season, that team was Tokis BC in the back, you had Ndonjo and Munare in the middle. Then that gave a lot of freedom to Utito, Masangwanyi, and Umfukeng. They were playing very well on the left-hand side, combining. And then, of course, you had Saleng and Lepasa on the other side. Well, Saleng through the middle, Lepasa on the right-hand side. It was a very young team. It was a team that wasn't bogged down by legendary players, quote-unquote, or big players there at Pirates. And when those big players started coming in, you think about Nda coming into the defense, you think about Tim coming into the midfield, you think about Loch making his way back into the team. What you'd see a lot of was that you started to see that the rest of the players were new or newer players. The rest of the players didn't have that confidence to take on Abolosh, to take on Abo Tim, to take on Abonda. And you'd see them really relegate themselves to smaller roles within the team. And one person who I thought had done that a lot was Umasangwanyi, who wasn't playing to the level that he was normally playing at Utito. When Abolosh Bengeko, Abo Tim Bengeko, he had to drop back. He was playing more of a 6 than an 8 than a 10. So it was very tough to see that, you know. So I think Rivero is reverting back. Oh, you should have finished that, boy. You should have finished that one. I think Ribeiro is realizing that maybe this is time. This is time for you to let the youngsters get into their own. The younger players, the newer players, let them grow into the roles without necessarily having shadows on them. You know, so it's huge shadows. Loch is a shadow. When Loch is on the pitch, Kim Viuri doesn't know what to do. You know, when Loch is on the pitch, players tend to shrink. He moves around. He tells them where he's going. Oh, wow. Yellow card so early in the game. Yellow card so early in the game. Bodlela. How do you mess up a 2-on-1? Cupido. Was it Cupido running at the defense there? So maybe he's starting to think that maybe I should build a new team. Let the new guys come in. Let them play. Oh, ball straight down the middle. Did heaven. But I think Munyane was ball watching there. Monyane was ball watching. That's what forced Usbisi to have to come in. By the time Monyane realized that there was a run coming in behind him, Usbisi had to cover him. So Monyane was at fault there. But anyway, as I was saying, so I think that's what Jose is starting to realize. And maybe we're going to start seeing that Pirates that we saw at the beginning of the season. Maybe we'll start seeing somebody else put their name up. Some players put their names up, their hands up to say that, guys, we are the new Lodges, we are the new Tims, we are the new people that you should look at. Free kick to Cape Town Spurs right at the top of the box. Will Cape Town Spurs look to try take another 3 points over Orlando Pirates over at Orlando Stadium? Obana is Koti. The problem is Koti, is that when everything is going well, Iskoti is the best place for Pirates to play when everything is going well. When things start switching, it becomes a hostile place for the Pirates players. So it's going to be interesting to see if Cape Town Spurs can come in, maybe take an early lead. Maybe take an early lead and see how Pirates responds. But it does look like both teams are going to be very open. It seems like it's a very open game. Mfukeng has already shown good time, and he's a little bit shifty there. He's a little bit good there. He's confident, which is incredible for what, a 20-year-old. It's incredible, his confidence. And Upewa and Cupido have been doing so well. Over the past few weeks together. So that's another place to look out for. But it does look like it's going to be an open game. Both teams are getting the ball. Pirates has the better of the early exchanges, to be honest with you. Let's see what's happening. Letlapa says, great analysis. Thank you, Letlapa, so much. Oh, wait, here comes Pirates. Through Mfukeng. Oh, Mfukeng scores. Yeah. He's going to be a problem. I'm Mfukeng, guys. It's the confidence. Like, when we've been watching these Soweto teams play, if there's one thing that Chiefs lacks, it's the confidence. You need to have a player that's able to just go, all right, guys, I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to run in and score. Here comes Mfukeng. He's already terrorized them 2 or 3 times. Takes the ball, places it into the bottom corner. I mean, what more can you ask for? And it's good to see that he's free. Oh, defensive mistake there. The fact that he just took that on himself. Like he was like, no, guys, I'm scoring this. Wolves, guys. Wolves must come back, guys. Can Wolves come before Saturday? Can Wolves just arrive before Saturday? Man, just take him now. Before we have to play them. No, that's a goal. That is a goal. PK says, today I was anticipating MS and TS game, but well, what can we say? Hi man, you guys, the press conference derby. El media co. Agent says, isn't that a red card? I don't know. Was it? I think the positioning of Munyani with Usbisi is maybe what gave the referee pause there. Normally that would be a red card. But also, I don't think it was that much of a clear goal scoring opportunity because of Munyani, even though Munyani was beaten. So I think it should have been a red card. But you can sort of understand top of the box, outside of the box. Pirates was essentially there, you could say. But yeah, maybe it should have been a red card. Let's see. Lerato says, what a goal. This is our next lodge. Hey, let's see, guys. Let's see. Don't kill the youngster just yet, guys. Mtugeleng ay England, man. Why are you guys trying to trap him in South Africa? Hey, but he's been the form player over the past few days, or the past few games for Pirates. I think Mfukeng is special, and we've known that he's special for a while. but it's almost like he's clicked into another gear now. Like he really wants to. And remember that these are the conversations we're having about Pirates. If you have space in behind, or you allow Pirates to play that direct ball, I think what was going wrong with Pirates, in my eyes, in the previous games where they were struggling a little bit, Pirates is a direct team. Pirates is a team that finds spaces in behind more than anything and has runners from wing positions that sort of make runs internally. So if you think of Saleng, when Saleng was on fire, he was doing that. If you think about Loch at his best, he was doing that. Abo Vincent Pule. Abo Tosikhulela, you can even go back there, right? Those runs in behind, right? That's what they do very well. I think what was going wrong at Pirates was that there was too much holding of the ball. There was too much holding of the ball. Dow was holding the ball. Tim was holding the ball. Everybody was holding the ball. And if you look at the players that are on the pitch right now, I wouldn't necessarily say that they enjoy holding the ball like that. I don't think Makaula is somebody that enjoys holding the ball. He can control the midfield to a degree, but he doesn't control it so much. But also, when they get into the final third, oh, Cape Town Spurs trying to reply immediately. It's a good game. It's a good game. Captain Butaka. Yeah. Stinging the upright there of Uchain. So I think they had lost that quick transition play that they were known for. I think that's what they had lost when playing in the last games, where they were struggling a little bit, where we weren't seeing Pirates, where they looked a little bit confused, they looked a little bit that they'd lost their confidence. That's what they need. It's a little bit of chaos. It's a little bit of space in behind. It's a faster ball out. It's a faster build-up, and you'll get the best out of Pirates, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments, but I genuinely think that's what was going wrong for Pirates. Ooh, Mabubu could be an incredible 10. He's got an eye for a pass. The problem is that the rest of his game, the rest of his game. Let me see. Telentembata. Pega says 1 goal, and Chiefs fans think they're going to win the Rugby World Cup. All of the World Cups, bring them. The only team in the PSL that wants to go to war with Snake FC gets into a car accident. I see. Hey, Mara, see. Let's not make light of the situation, guys. Let's not make light of the situation. PK says, the moment I see players like Young Fukeng, SA football is promising. And it is. That's the PK. Think about it. Fukeng is there. You think about Chandra Campbell is there. You think about Ime Okon, there at Supersport, the defender. I'm trying to find some more youngsters that I can name here, but it's so good to see them coming through. It is so good to see them coming through. It's about damn time. That's what I'll say. It's about damn time. Oh, Masego at Sundowns. I'm still looking for a midfielder. Like, I'm looking for a midfielder, a young midfielder who's upcoming. Guys, I don't know if you guys have any names there in the comments of a young midfielder who's upcoming, who's up and coming, who can maybe form a team, Nabum Fukeng, especially for like under 23, for like Bafana Bafana going forward. I really want to know. I wasn't going to count him. Kim needs to be quick with his ball release, otherwise he's a good player. And that's why I'm saying that I think Kim Beauty, like, when you watched him early on when he arrived at Pirates, he has ideas. Like, he's one of those players where you can tell that he has ideas. He wants to do outside of the foot passes, into tight corners, into tight spaces. The only problem, again, is the other side of the game. It's his off-the-ball movement. It is confidence when the ball comes to his feet and there's players around him. It's what happens when he's alone. If you look at Fukeng is comfortable getting the ball and taking on players. He's comfortable. I don't think Mfukeng really gets worried when there's two defenders on him and he's running towards them. I think he can minus players. He's comfortable. Omavuvu sort of loses his confidence as games go along. But when he's up for it, I think creatively he could be one of the best. And that's just off of just watching him try passes, try move the ball, try do this. It's different to what normal South African players do in terms of passing, right? In terms of passing. Samgelo Zwane Sinje, yes. Talent Mbata, yes. Adams, yeah, I guess we can squeeze him in. By the way, Mfukeng is super as an 8. Hey, I like him where he is right now. Malume Kuto, I like him where he is. Samgelo Zwane, just take out Mteto Amart because they seem to be confused playing together. Nkabetsi says, even Ralani San here, what a player. Emil, what a player. Mkhulisi, Adams, Neo Mayema, Cupido, they're rising. It looks good. That's all I'll say. It looks good. It looks good. Young Bartman was also one that had some flashes there. But yeah, Mfukeng is on another level, man. Mfukeng is on another level. And I think it's so good when your coach understands you. Your coach understands you. It's what I was speaking about yesterday about systems and roles. It seems like Uribeiro has gone back and he's given his players the roles that they're meant to play. You know, I think he was trying a lot harder to try fit guys who don't fit into a certain equa inside a circle space. At some point during the season, he was lost a little bit. And you could also see it from his players. But over the past few games, man, whatever they've been working on there at Pirates, it seems to be showing. Velepai is better than Paratman. No, hey, Velepai, look, guys, as long as there's names there, I don't want to say who's better or not. I'm just saying that I think it's bright. I think we may just need to develop a few more left and right backs, a few more, I'd say 8s. Even though, as Malume Kutso alluded to, Mfukeng is a good 8. But in terms of youngsters, man, remember that under-23 team. Remember the first time I actually took notice of Umkwena was when he was in that under-23 team. It was him. Was it not Dylan Klassen? It was him. It was Bo Mahopa. There was a team that went to the Olympics. I want us to build something similar, man. To the guys that always used to say, remember I used to say that Mfukeng and Maswanganyi play so well together. And they used to default towards that left-hand side. You see that play that they did just now where they swapped? That's what I mean. At the beginning of the season, that left-hand channel with Mfukeng and Tito was doing so well. Then you'd have the option of Mfukeng and Tito doing their thing on that side, Mfukeng running in. Then on the other end, and maybe that's where they're lacking a little bit with Abu Mavuvu, you'd have a Saleh, a direct runner who's going for the goals, and everything central would fall to Lepasa. Lepasa wasn't necessarily part of all the games and playing a big role in all of the games, but he understood that space. Where he turned the defender, or he shielded a defender and then rifled into the net. That Pirates up front was incredible. Beginning of the season, that Pirates up front was incredible. That Pirates, you could score from anywhere. You could come from anybody. Everybody was hungry for it. I think they're just missing that. And maybe, let's see, Saleng is on the bench. Maybe he makes a cameo appearance later on in the game to rest somebody like a Mavuvu, like a Mabasa. But hopefully Mabasa also gets onto the sheet at some point. What's happening with Marco? Isn't Marco still injured? Do we have promising young strikers? Mayo is the closest one, but Mayo is not necessarily young. Bartman was one that I brought up. Easy win today, says Pamandla. Larato says that Mokone from Paris DDC would make a good right back in the senior team. Really? My heart is bleeding for my Lula. Premature exposure. That boy, we could have used him in AFCON. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to try control, you know. I remember Besuma. There was a situation with Besuma where Ubab Kaizer told him not to leave Chiefs. He wasn't ready and he left before time. But you can't punish a player for wanting to be ambitious, you know. Maybe he was ambitious in the wrong corners. Maybe if he stayed at Sundowns a little bit longer, his options to go overseas would have been much more lucrative, a lot more options, you know. Because think about it. Imagine if Mailula was a key figure in the team that won the AFL, for example. You know, maybe he doesn't go to the MLS, and maybe he chooses better. Part of the problem with where Mailula went was that there were two internationals. It was two Italian internationals that were never going to be benched in the MLS for him. So he kind of chose the wrong team. Maybe if he went the Blom route or St. Louis, maybe if he went to one of the lesser known teams there, you know, maybe it would have been a little bit better. But I still think that, actually, let me ask the Sundowns fans. Sundowns fans, do you sign Ribeiro if Mailula is still there? Or do you still sign him and you sacrifice Shalulile? How would you guys play that? Would you be trying to mold him into a Zwane, which I don't necessarily think he was? Does Ribeiro come into the country if Mailula was still there? That's an interesting thing. Babo coach Mirendop and Jose Ribeiro. Mirendop's team is giving Pirates a lot of space. That's one thing. They're giving them a lot of space. But Pirates' weakness is going to be similar to the weakness that they had earlier in the season. Everybody goes. Munyane doesn't necessarily want to defend. He goes. It seems like Umayela also is not very disciplined. And what happens is that you leave a defensive two. And if you can win the ball high up, and you see Cape Town Spurs is committing 3 players into attack. If you could win the ball back from Makaula, from Mbata, they're in the middle. You then face 2 defenders. So it's interesting. But at the same token, when they do that, they leave the spaces wide in their defense that allows Pirates to go the other way. Cape Town Spurs is playing though. Cape Town Spurs is playing. Rainers. Okay, Rainers could be one. Apolis is a good one. Another winger, but yeah. Munyane is also relatively young, says Malume Kuto. Wahib says Pirates best players on the bench tonight. Really? Munyane is ball watching instead of defending. He was the cause of that goal. The yellow card. The yellow card that BC got was caused because Munyane decided to vacate his role there in the middle. That's why Usbisi had to cover him. So I agree with that statement. Okay, he's not playing in the MLS in J. Yeah, he's playing in the MLS. Sinjay is playing in a Canadian. Isn't he playing in the Canadian team in the MLS? They have Canadian teams that play in the MLS. Oh, usually even the NBA has a similar situation with the Toronto Raptors, if I'm not mistaken. Was that an offside from Phuking? I don't think so. Very close. Ribeiro was signed as a winger and later put in the role as Mailula left. That's why I'm asking that. Do you think that Ribeiro would have made it to Sundowns? Would Sundowns have needed somebody? And do you think that maybe Mailula is a little bit more effective than Ribeiro if he were to if he had stayed? My brother, thank you for the follow. Papati says on YouTube says there was a boy playing in the All Stars game. That's Mukune, isn't that Mukune, the one that they're speaking about? I think it's a bit early, but I mean, for the future, he's one. You know, Ghana Chiefs had that boy. That boy went to TS Galaxy from the ball boy drama that happened where the guys were ball boys and then he signed for TS Galaxy. Apparently he was an incredible right back. Apparently he was the best in the DDC. I thought he would have gotten a lot more game time at TS Galaxy, but I guess coming into a team and trying to jump in is going to be tough in any case. So yeah, maybe there's good. If only we had an under 23 that was capable. Not capable. That was actually playing games. Let me not say capable. Let's see. Wahib says, where's Kapinga, Hoto Saleng, Machupa Lepasa, and Tim? Bench. They're on the bench. Let's give these guys a chance. I genuinely believe, Wahib, that there's two Pirates teams. And when you start mixing those teams, that's where problems start coming. I think there's something similar to what we're seeing right now. What we're seeing right now. Very young, very new. Young and new. So not necessarily all new. I mean, all young. Makaula is not a young player. And then I feel like our team have their own team. Mixing them, it confuses them a little bit. But again, take it with a grain of salt because they did win the MTN8, you know? So you can't necessarily say, it's all bad. Pirates has done well to score an early goal. It's very difficult to play against small teams, says Tem Ngosi, especially relegation candidates who are fighting for their lives. I'm happy Rivero's getting the balance with two teams. That's true, Wahib. And I fully agree with you. Let's give them a chance. Yeah, look. Best case scenario, you've got a bunch of players who have some game time under their belts. They are fifth. I mean, it's not like Pirates is 11th or something. I believe there are 2 or 3 points behind the top four. Well, the top 3 ahead of them. Sundowns is a different kettle of fish. So, yeah, maybe. I mean, Mfukeng is going to get game time. Here, Nabo Bombata getting game time. I like it. But to be honest with you, the game has slowed down a little bit. There was an intensity in the first few minutes that is no longer there. But of course, you can't expect players to be running full out for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 90 minutes, you know. So let's see how they do. What I'm liking is that even the Cape Town Spurs team, you know, there was a time when you'd watch Cape Town Spurs, Yabo, Clayton Daniels, and those guys, and you'd see, yeah. These guys are old. These guys are not coached well. They're coming to games and they're just being, you know, killed on the pitch. This team is putting up quite a fight. They've hit the cross, but they've hit the upright. They've looked dangerous in certain places. It seems like they know what they are doing when they're attacking or what the plan is. So it looks pretty good for the Cape Town Spurs. But can they overcome that really bad start to the season? Oh, Ralani. That really bad start to the season. Can they overcome it? And maybe do something? There's a lot that needs to be done. The only hope is that like Golden Arrows goes on, the losing streak of Golden Arrows carries on up until the end of the season. Richards Bay maybe drop some points. But yeah, they've got a lot to do. I mean, 18 games, 3 wins, one draw, and 14 losses is crazy. 18 games in and you only have 10 points. Oh. As we speak, we're second. You see? So, I mean, let them play. Munyane's side is causing problems for Pirates. Velile, did he play in the last game that you guys played versus Ipulukwane? Was he there? Because it might be just a case of, coming back into the game. I have a question. Is Makgopa better than Lepasa? My opinion on the two of those players is that they're similar. It's just that one does another thing slightly better than the other. I think Lepasa is slightly more technically gifted than Makgopa, so he can trap a ball, he can pass a ball, he can make those off-ball runs. He doesn't have the physicality of a Makgopa, even though Makgopa doesn't really use his physicality. I don't think Lepasa is that good aerially. I don't think Lepasa is very good at crosses. So even if it's like a low cross coming into the box with the defense facing its own goal, I don't think he's good at that. But where Lepasa, even physically, Lepasa has a little bit of something on him. Where Lepasa kills Makgopa most of the time, for me, is more about the confidence that Lepasa has when he's playing. And then also, he's in the box finishing is much better than Lepasa. If you need a striker to take a touch or two before taking a shot, I'll trust Lepasa over Makgopa. So I think they're similar in some cases, but they're equal to me, to be honest with you. They're equal to me. My preference would probably be Lepasa. And that's just because of the confidence that he had when he came in after being at Supersport. But otherwise, there's not much difference. Rivero has a very mature and experienced team, but also a young and hungry team of youth and balance. Exactly. And I think where Rivero was losing it was when he was trying to... goal. Cupido. Cape Town Spurs. Counter-attack. Cut back into the box, and Cupido completely fluffed it. Maybe he should have taken it with his left foot. Makgopa isn't better, but something else or a bit new than Lepasa. This Cape Town Spurs team has much balance under experienced manager, and he also got his preseason. Bonnie, don't you miss watching Sundowns play? Guys, you guys are going to be asking me. You guys are going to be asking me. Next thing I say, if I say yes, next thing you guys are going to be asking me to go Paramisu 7, and I don't feel like missing the Sundown side. I think Libiso benched him the second game before. In the second half, okay. Makgopa is a national icon. Okay, Mkabet is a national icon. Fine. Lepasa must go help Chiefs. My hot take is that we've got a very good striker in Chiva Vairo, if you want a pure striker. But it's just that the rest of the team is not built to get goals. That's the problem with Chiefs. But that's a discussion for another day. We're watching Pirates versus Cape Town Spurs. Don't get me started. Papati on YouTube says Spurs also deserves a goal. Not that I'm hating on Rats. Why don't you say Rats then? Well, all right. Then you said Rats. No, but Cape Town Spurs has played well. Thus far. I think a little bit unlucky. But yeah, you can tell there's a plan. And it's a Mirindo plan. It looks a lot like the helicopter. Which is weird because you'd imagine that he'd play Velepai and Pewa and Cupido. You'd imagine that he'd play Pewa and Cupido similar to how Reyners and Van Wyk play, But they have been getting some joy from crosses. The only problem is that I think the person who crosses is Upewa. He's got a ball on him. Oh, he's got a pinpoint ball on him, that boy. But because he's playing centrally, he's almost playing like a striker. I would love to see him run out on the right. Hey, Burn, Come, it's your birthday today, Burn. Liam Burn. He's about to get a red card on his birthday. Cost the team a birthday. He actually should have gotten yellow for that last tackle that he did as well. But anyway. Guys, can I get the score update? I'm under the load. Maralungisa. It's right there. It's right there at the top. The 9 minutes, Pirates is leading 1-0. Guys, nah, he score. It's live. I updated as I'm talking. Hey, one. Belila says you can see there's no Nda in the Pirates defense. Kana, it's that thing that I always say that your a balanced defense, and Pirates actually has the blueprint on this. A balanced defense, you need a director and you need a pitbull. Luckily, Khwati was an incredible director. For those who watch the show a lot, you've heard me say this before. You need a director, you need somebody to keep everybody, he sees the line, he directs everyone, he shows everybody where to be, he's vocal, he does all that stuff. Koki and CVC are good. I'm not going to take it away from them. They're good. But as with a lot of defensive pairings in the PSL, if left to their own devices or put under the right pressure, their communication shows the gaps, right? It shows the gaps. So, Spisi is the defensive pairing you need when everything is going right, you're attacking, your team is in control of the ball. The moment they get under pressure, it becomes a bit of an issue. Think about what happened versus Stellenbosch when Stellenbosch beat them in the first game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. The first game of the season. Stellenbosch understood that you win the ball high of Ubundondo, then these two will be pulled and pushed. It's similar to Chiefs' centre-back pairing too. Very solid, but the moment they start getting moved around in the box or having to go support somewhere else, they don't have the communication or the awareness to cover that. But when they're sitting static, you can't beat against BC, you can't beat Msimangundi Tokwe easily, for example. But thank you, Pirates, says Rodwin. Lerato says, who's the director for Chiefs? We don't have one. We don't have one. That's part of the problem. I just think we've got solid defenders. I think Msimangu is a very underrated defender in terms of what he gives to Kaizer Chiefs, because he's usually the most solid. And when he's paired versus Ditokwe, it's incredible. It's incredible. And I think both of them directanyana in them. They're not necessarily out and out directors, but they've got directanyana. You're getting the leadership from Msimangu, who's the captain, who was captain of TS Galaxy. You're getting the leadership of Ditokwe, who's captain of Botswana, if I'm not mistaken. So they complement each other because they think the game through, both of them. The problem is when you have two pit bulls or two guys who are multi-directional. Think about Caruso and Matoho. Caruso would rush out. First response, tactical response, first, take, alarm, goals. And there was a run where we lost 3 games where all they did was when he runs out, you play a 1-2 behind him, or you play a ball right behind him and you go score because Matoho is not quick enough to cover that space. So yeah. The best of Paris players now are they understanding football better than just playing. PK says Lepasa was doing well at Supersport United. They should have left him there. Kevin Hunt's School of Finishing. Mali says Velipai was my classmate. Mali, and then why not? Why don't we see you playing for Richards Bay or Cape Town City? Yeah. You're slacking, Mali. Papiki, we're going to cover that one on Thursday. King, tomorrow. We're going to cover that one tomorrow during the game. I don't want to talk about my team. Today is not stress day. Today is fan of football day. Msimangu is the director, but the problem becomes a problem when he's with Dove, who is a director himself, which is fine. I just think Dove loses concentration at times, and Dove reminds himself, I'm a left back, and you'll see him drifting. And it's that space. When I say our defenders usually, it's that space that they struggle with. If you could win the ball back up high here, for example, versus Pirates, there's a space aspect. Where also BC and Koki, they lose each other a little bit, you know. He was way better than us. Okay. But I would say they were classmates, not teammates. Maybe he's an accountant. Okay. At least Mali, are you the velipai of your profession? That's what Nkabe is saying. The velipai of what you do in your daily life. Fuke is going to make a name for himself Saturday. He's actually calmed down a bit. How Mr. Oti Mali was the referee when Velipai was playing. Hi guys, leave Mali alone, man. Oh, I'm studying computer science. Tanko! You can be the Velipai of Cape Town Spurs, CTS, or you can be the Velipai of C++. Yeah? That's we are calling Mali. Come from there. C++, Java. Velipai can score, but can he set up a pointer properly? You never know. Okay, that was an in joke. One Kolnyana Chigi, I don't want to talk about my no, guys. You know, sometimes you have to be humble, and sometimes you just have to accept that your team is turning the corner, and you don't want to say too much. Would be a press conference. Anyway, guys, it's about to be halftime. Halftime works like this. I'm gonna open it up. By when I say open it up, I mean you can call in. By calling, I mean that on TikTok you have to join me, following me while I'm live on TikTok. At the bottom of the screen, there'll be a button that will appear when I say that says multi-guest. The little blue person hugging a pink person. Click on that request. I let you in, and we have a conversation about what has happened at halftime. What I'm going to do, because I don't have that much time after the game, I'm also going to leave it open during the second half so that we can also talk about what we are seeing there as well. It's guys. My 2024 started yesterday. Okay, let me just get my stuff up. It is halftime. And then let me just let you guys jump in. Okay, let me see. Let me start up multi-guest. One. Start. Remember, you have to be following me, guys. You have to be following me in order to be able to jump in. So let me see who's here. Bottom of your screen, you'll see a multi-guest button that is going to appear. Oh, wow. Oh, Pirates. No Pirates people are jumping on. Oh. Yeah, man. Okay, we'll see. Let's hear what the guys who have been deprived of football today are saying, and what the guy who scored the first goal of 2024 yesterday is saying. Kumo, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
My brother, I get sharp.
How sharp?
And how's everyone else?
What's wrong?
My brother, politics have no champagne football, no Batman, mediocrity. At least young boy scored. Retiring. I won't even lie, and what the other thing, actually, thank God for schemes. I'm saying like after 7. I just watched the last 15 minutes and didn't miss much. So was it? So later, maybe I can get some support now with my fellow footballers, because we'll be wasting our time talking about parents. There's nothing interesting here.
Violence is the answer.
What's your question?
How did you see the first half? Mara.
Oh, the last 15 minutes again, and I had to watch who scored. Mofaging scored. What a nice goal, ne? Korea wants well, it's like his goal wasn't like the best like Duba one was, but at least it's motivation like Wawan. If you can score, then I can score Wawan. So yeah, I mean, Cape Town City, as much as Pirate was dominating, it
Cape Town
didn't look
Spurs.
like it. Botswana, Listerlenbosch, same category. They're all from the Cape. Cape Town Spurs, formerly known as Ajax Cape Town, no? Didn't look like a team that's facing relegation, even though they were dominated. But for the first time in a long while, you could see there's fight, there's hunger, one. And
Okay.
yeah, man, they have to start playing Kabura line instead of making him like the super sub. Because I don't think in this instance it'll work too, because now the strategies in mundane, people are gonna start focusing on him now that they becoming predictable.
Okay.
I want
Okay. I'm gonna come back. Even though until like asking some. Sinje, with the burner. Welcome to the show, my
Hello.
brother. How are you?
I'm alright, man. Yeah, I have never seen 81 people in this show in a long time since COVID. Hey, but anyway,
It's fine. Hey, Mara.
yeah, man. Small teams are playing. Hey, we can't even get triple digits. But anyway, I'm here.
Tell me about the first half. Hey, Mara, you're violent, man.
Listen, a beautiful goal by the young boy. I liked it. It showed confidence. It showed that he wants to take initiatives and take control. It's good to see those things. I like this birthday boy about Cape Town Spurs. I think he's marshalling that midfield quite well. He's not a pushover. I like players that show that they want to, their presence is felt in that midfield. I think
But
Spurs
he
should
must
have
be
been up
careful.
at least by 2 goals.
You must be
Yeah,
careful.
I get. He's Katsande. You guys, we are used to Katsande. We are used to that. You know, we don't say you should be careful. Mababnik a long sleeve, as long sleeve shirt, and then he must hold it with his palms to control that adrenaline, like we do with Katsande. We're used to these things. But anyway, I think Spurs should have been up now, at least by 2-1. They missed 2 golden opportunities. I think that offside, I think the linesman brown envelope, but again, we are not here. That was not offside, but yeah, we are here. The other ones, we are going to have a rep beef, press conference beef is possible. I was looking forward.
The press conference derby. The press conference
Press
derby.
conference. Hey, boy, it distracts. It distracts. Oh, but anyway, we hope that no one was injured in that accident, and we hope that the players. But snake football, they must come. They must speak this. They must speak. They must tell us the truth. The snake is
CJ. Oh,
no, it can't be. No, we are not. We are not gonna keep quiet when the host
Hey. Someone passed on. There was a lady that passed on. Hey, okay, they bad.
Was it? I'm sorry. Condolences to the family, but hey, we're not taking this lightly.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry, man. Sundowns, TS Galaxy wants you. We don't worry. We'll meet at Chachalazid. We're going to have that press conference.
Hey, agent, welcome to the show. How are you?
You know, a thief
You guys
can
are
identify a
violent.
thief.
Eh.
A thief can identify a thief. A witch can identify a witch. I'm leaving it at that. I'm leaving it at that.
I don't want to say too much.
Eh?
Tell me about the first half, agent.
Tho- Those of us who, beginning of the game, you pray, we sing our gospel songs. You never see us with water from what river, perhaps smearing with charcoal and
Yeah,
someone's
but nah, guys.
feces and everything. We
What's
never do those
happening
things, but it's
today,
fine.
Hey,
They started us.
you
They
guys are
started us.
violent
I
today.
wanted to speak about the game. But like I said, it takes a witch to know a witch. Eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pirates,
Maybe
agent,
they meet somewhere somehow, but it's
Pirates,
fine.
Cape Town Spurs. How you guys?
Back to the game. I'm glad that because I was worried when I was hearing comments that maybe I need to change my spectacles because it looked like I wasn't watching the same game. But the one thing that Sinje talked that made sense was Cape Town's Spurs should have been should be leading by 2 by now because I felt they're dominant ever since they conceded. I feel like that offside, that missed kick, and
They hit the post.
if it was us, they hit the post, So they've been playing well, relatively well, for a middle up team. Middle up team usually creates 1 or 2 chances, and they score 1. But I think they're creating multiple chances. And I think they've been defensively solid. I'm impressed by the white guy in the middle. I think he has steadied the ship and he has made Umavuvu and Masongai unusually quiet. I think in that midfield, only Mbata is kicking. I think he's managed to contain Umavuvu and Masongai. And the wingers have ensured that Kipido, I really expect much from him. He hasn't come to the party as I know him. But yeah, otherwise a good first half by Spurs. On the other side, Buccaneers, if it was us, we'll be told that a long brown envelope came from Motsepe Foundation, eh? But I think this one was lead through the chairman's table, eh? You know how he slides it like that, yeah. So because for me, I look at it and I say, for me, that was a red card. The question was, they look at the distance, from the goal. Was he going to be having a 1-1 with a keeper? I think the other guy was slightly behind. I don't think he was going to catch up with him. That's why that who committed a foul. He denied a clear goal scoring opportunity. But we are not there. And the offside, it's fine. I don't mind because he looked a bit offside. But I give benefit of the doubt. But it's fine. But to them, I'm starting with Omafuke. Omafuke played well. A good game. I think this is the second game now that he's playing well. He's showing up and he's the new Lodge. Hopefully in 2 years' time he comes back to win real stuff. But it's fine. Mabuvuvu and Masonga, I've talked about them, that they're quiet. So yeah, I think, and even Mabasa is quiet. So but I think Pirates is not pitched up yet. Like I know.
I benefited and I have no shame.
That's all I wanted to say. Let me go to Chava. Chava, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, Mr. Uchi.
We won in January first half.
Mr. Uchi. Mr. Uchi, I think kla benzi TS Galaxy ga. Yeah, la benzi cheaper ga.
Hey, Mara.
Nemoroka swalo siyathi yodlala nabo yabanenkinga.
Hey, guys.
Kancane bayavela. Kancane bayavela.
Chava, masingene ku-Pirates. Mana ibara nini? Hayi, nani?
No, hi, Mr. OT. Angeke ngisho okuningi ne. But all I can say is yeah, i-Captain Spurs no, i-improvile ngendlela edlala ngayo manje. Ngibona yiye dominator kakhulu i-game. But le game esiyakiyo ne-Pirate, if isodlala ngohlanti, hey, uzosinika inkinga.
Sokhuluma kusasa leyo. Hey, ma, uyaphi ja? Cape Town Spurs. Awu.
Uzosinika inkinga. But I know, I game imnandi Mr. Uti, I just ngifuna ukusho lokho kuphela.
Okay, ngiyabuya. Kumo, you've heard people and myself saying that this Cape Town Spurs team is playing a better game. But do you think they're going to be able to rescue themselves from relegation here?
It's a very impossible task.
Mm.
Because honestly, the only team in history ever, greatest ever, that can put on 10 wins in a row with Sundowns. And also, my guys, Manari, let's use our brains here. Ne? Here we've got a team here. It has played 3 less games than everyone in the league. Ilishia got 15 points. Let's say we have a snake, ne, allegedly, right? Or Bululu. Ne? Why would our Bululu like work mobile swallow say BTS Galaxy? Ya Shabo Al Akhi, Team the Serious. One Talwang. Mara, sometimes Mara, like Mara, like I'm telling you, Mara. And Luhulile, you are fathers. And you say such things, yeah, our guys.
Guys, hey,
Mara,
Mara.
no,
Can we stay on the game, guys?
no, Mara OT, I was gonna keep quiet. Ka Batman wa ka ashinje le jabu ba ira diga renchi ba bolela ka rena. O ntlhalohanya. Aw Mara
Ah,
ba revela ing. I'm
you
just
see,
saying.
this is what happens when Pirates fans don't jump on when their team is playing. Guys. Hey, let me go to, can it go hell now? Let me go to CJ. Can you please stick on Cape Town Spurs, guys? Cape Town Spurs and Pirates. Can Cape Town Spurs save itself from relegation?
I don't think so, Mr. OT. I don't think Cape Town Spurs will. I think they're going to be relegated. The only way that they will not be they will not be relegated. It's if they start playing with matches in their boots.
Guys. Guys. And you guys refuse to behave today. You guys refuse.
It's if we start to see matches flying around.
You guys refuse today. I was gonna keep it open. Now I'm gonna close it there. I'm jumping, you guys. Agent, can Cape Town Spurs save itself? What's wrong with you guys today? But
I don't know if there's a special of Savannah or what somewhere. I think there's a special
man.
they're not telling us about. There's a special somewhere. Eh? Why? But you know me now. I'm always on my best behavior unless people talk about Michis and stuff. Baxter was right. Baxter, like after Lord Kambala, there is Prophet Baxter. He was right. This fans, I'll leave it at that. Back to your question. Yeah, what was the question? Yeah, can you survive? I to be honest, I didn't think beginning of the year that they would survive. And credit to Abuti Kuso, even though he's not here, he did say they will survive. I'm starting to believe him that they will survive, because how can I put this in a nice way? Because otherwise, next time he's judging on the panel, he's gonna put my team last, even though it was only 1 man week. But that's fine. But I think the Kano magic hasn't worked at Richards Bay. They're losing 2-0 now, and Swallows with its own problems. I don't know if it'll catch Swallows. 11 points is such a hassle. I think the best thing they can hope for is to go through the playoffs. And with Middendorp's experience, I think they can navigate the playoffs. Even though I think the top 3 teams in the NFD are playing very well. It will be very interesting playoffs, but maybe the PSL experience might just come in handy for them. So yeah, I think it's going to be a line to a photo finish between Richards Bay and Cape Town Spurs, and I think maybe it's gonna come down to the experience of both managers, and I think Middendorp wins the race. So yeah, I think they will survive. I don't know. But I don't know these things. I have CAF experience and league experience. This relegation stuff, I don't know.
Hey, putting shots. Let me go to Java. Java, can Cape Town Spurs avoid the relegation this season? Hey, bye.
Mr. OT, I don't think so. Angicabangi ukuthi vele bayahamba. I don't think so. Unless bahambe baye Pretoria bayocela le. Bayocela lapha imatches.
Hey, this is Mr. today. Hi, guys.
But I don't think so, Mr. OT. Kwasekuqaleni bengacabangi nje ukuthi bazodlala kangaka ukuthi vele bengicabanga ukuthi bazobuyela emuva ku-relegation.
Oh, Java, please come back. Oh, guys, what's happening? People are jumping off. Please come back, guys. Java, I'm going to let you back in. Okay, Java, who request the food? I'm going to let you back in to finish your point there. There we go. Yabona amasoftware wami sewakhathele yini, but anyway, kubeka Java.
No, bese ngiqedile Mr. OT. Vele bona I don't think bazo survive. Bazobuyela emuva, but bazobuyela emuva at least with a strong team because manje sebayakhona ukudlala than lendlela abafike bayiyo. Manje at least sebayakhona ukudlala ibhola. They are not afraid. Bayakhona nama you can see ngendlela abadlala ngayo ukuthi sebagaine ne-confidence. So I think bona bazobuyela emuva then next season sibayabuya.
Okay,
I think so.
Java, thank you so much. Hey, Mara, today Nialo, man, I need Pirates fans to jump in because people are busy fighting here. Okay, here are my thoughts about the first half. I think the first half was very open. It was a very open game. I think when you talk about a game where two teams not necessarily scared of each other, they're not scared of each other. I'm not going to put it like that, but they were both pretty attacking. Especially early on, Cape Town Spurs looks very good. They could have gotten 2 or 3 goals, as we said. Pirates also looked very good on that transitional counter where Umfukeng was killing that right back, Cape Town Spurs. Unkwali, right? I think it started slowing down as the game was going along. They didn't necessarily have everything there. They were a bit tired. You could see it from both teams not necessarily attacking. I think Byrne is doing an incredible job in the midfield. I think up front, they've taken him off now, Pewa. But I think Pewa is more effective when he's coming from the right-hand side than when he's playing down the middle. So that might have hurt him a little bit, but we'll see what Ralani can do. I see Kapinga has also made it onto the pitch. These are the people that Pirates fans were crying for. So now let's see if they can do something different. In terms of them surviving, look, they're 3 points away from Richards Bay. Let's be honest, they're 3 points away from Richards Bay, about 7 points away from Chippa United. 7 points and 3 points is not necessarily something that is very tough to cover in the PSL. But PSL, you win 3 or 4 games and you are in a completely different position. The only problem is that they're coming from such a bad start. It's actually really interesting that they were able to catch up to a team like Richards Bay and be 3 points behind them. But a good run could put them right next to Chippa United, for example. So let's see how it plays out. I think at the very least they'll try go for a playoff position. They are playing a lot better. And if there's one thing about Middendorp, and it's something that I always say about coaches, is that Middendorp arrived, and Middendorp is showing you what a coach with a plan does. This is all planning. He got rid of all of the old guys. Abo Clayton Daniels, Abo Ali were regulars in that team. He got rid of them. He's playing younger players, and they seem to be working out for him. And he seems to have taught them a way to play football. Now, they're just a little bit unlucky because even in this game, they should be leading. But same happened with the Golden Arrows yesterday. Golden Arrows should have won that game. They had the chances. They didn't take advantage of them. And Chiefs won the game. And it's looking like Pirates is going to go the same way. What I will say is that somebody needs to up the tempo somewhere. Someone needs to up the tempo. Cape Town Spurs needs to now show that they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for that relegation, to get out of relegation, and actually show that they are hungry for this. Because in as much as this is a great game that we're watching with two teams that are very open, the problem is that both teams are just having fun, man. And one is not realizing Guti, they're fighting to try stay in the league, and the other one doesn't realize Guti, any team that's they're playing on Saturday that just so happens to be 3 points behind them should they win this game. If not, if they lose, we are level with the Pirates. If they draw, they'll be 1 point ahead. So I don't know if they've realized, but yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see. Maybe Boma 70th minute people will wake up. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Mara. I'm happy with Makaula Mfukeng if he keeps the ball for too long in the Derby Shanti red card. Ndi, I'm going to put you on. Let me put you on. At least I see in the comments you are talking about the game, unlike certain people. Ndi, try come back again. If not, just remember you have to be following me in order to jump in. So just follow me, then jump in. A win is a win, man. A win is a win. Whether it's halal, haram, whether it's sushi or kemoroto, a win is a win. 3 points is nice. 3 points is nice. Just an update on the other games. Let me just find the other games quickly so I can give you an update. A current update. Papati says Spurs give Sundowns vibes at the back. Oh. Chipa United is currently leading Richards Bay 2-0. Skukune is beating Royal AM 1-0. If it will just load. Yeah, those are 3 games. And then, of course, Pirates is leading Cape Town Spurs. Chipa United, Coach September. Can you remind me of the other coach? I always forget him and I want to give him his credit too. His co-coach is there. Guys, can you just put in the comments who that other coach is, the name of the other coach, so I can give him props as well. September Siamaz because of his Super Sport days, so it's easier to remember him. Iskukun is also leading that side, Royal AM. Hey, that's another team that is in trouble. I want to look at the log quickly. If you look at the log, Golden Arrows is now number 12. They're sitting on 23 points. They're level with Amazulu on 23 points. They're also level with Chipa United should things stay as it is and Chipa United wins that game. Swallows is then 1 point behind Royal AM, but of course, they don't have any games in hand. Then you have the 2 at the bottom, which is Richards Bay, 8 points away from Swallows, and then Cape Town Spurs, which is 3 points away from Richards Bay and 11 points away from Swallows. Anything is possible, guys. Golden Arrows was number 2 at the beginning of the season. And Malome Kuto has made the bold prediction that they're going to be one of the teams that's going to be relegated. I don't know if they're going to be straight relegated or playoffs. It's probably going to be playoffs the way it's looking, but it's a horrendous run of form that they're on right now. The sad part about it is the gap between number 7. Well, okay, let's see. Arrows is on 23 points, which means that they are 4 points away from 7 and 1 point away from being top 8. That's our league. I don't even want to get into the goal differences. Yo. Hey, yeah, Gunzima, guys. Gunzima. Goal scored. Gunzima, guys. Some teams have... this Cape Town Spurs team has conceded 36 goals. Gunzima. But anything can happen in the league, as I always say. If you go on a 3-match winning run, you could see yourself in the top 8 from wherever you are. Really. Saturday, I foresee... I'm not doing any predictions. We'll talk about it tomorrow. For the first time, Pirates will shine in the derby. Yeah, cheaper. Trey. Can someone buy cheaper status? And they moved to Buffalo City. They've done so much work. They've signed the lease. I don't know what that lease looks like after a while. You could have gotten that ball. You could have gotten that ball and kept the play going. Maela, still a little bit off the pace, eh? I don't know why he took off Pewa. Pewa and Cupido actually do well together. They've been very quiet for this half, if we're being honest. But I wanna kapinga. Let's start a crowdfunding project and buy them. Guys, can we name it? Can we rename it Overthinking FC? Crowdfund, buy it, and rename it Overthinking FC, guys. Kwanele Kopo, there we go. Thank you so much. Kwanele Kopo and Coach Kwanele Kopo and Coach Tabo September are doing an incredible job over there at Chippa United, where they've started the co-coaches. I didn't wanna end it without mentioning him. I don't want to add him. Pirates on the attack. Hey, Maela must have heard me. I'm actually sad. This press conference war that Rulani and Sid Ramovic are having is the war that Coach Mamila wanted, man.
I'm being playful.
You guys robbed him.
I'm being playful.
Maela is happy chele light. I think mshika. Hey, maram shika. Ukena ka shika, same time. Trey says, wait for December, there'll be some news on those cheaper coaches. Let's see. If there hasn't been news coming out of Golden Arrows, I think people are just going to stick with their coaches, eh? I actually want to see if Swallows can actually keep it. If Swallows' problems are going to be sorted by Musa Nyatam. I don't know why I always want to say Greg Tafia when I'm meant to be saying Musa Nyatam. Hi, this game has slowed down quite a bit. It's slowed down a lot. Both teams seem to be just chilling, man. But let's hope, 70th minute, I have hope that it'll come back to life because Cape Town Spurs needs every point that they can get. Like our one. But we can't name it OTFC. No affiliations to Abuti Osinje and Kuzo. Man, you'll be on the board, guys. You'll be on the board, you'll be shareholders. OT, we don't want to talk about the inconsistency of PSL decisions about match postponement. Look, what I will say is that it was wrong in both. It's wrong to not stop the games when there's a death. And what happened to Sundowns was unfair. I'm curious for me to find out what the reasoning behind both cases were. I think I don't want to say too much. I want to first hear what the reasoning is. But I will say on the face of it, when there's a death, whether it be one of the players, whether it be the lady that passed on in the TS Galaxy accident, the game shouldn't continue. And I think it was a little bit unfair then for a team that has a player internally to the team pass on. But again, I don't know what conversations were had, or what was said. You know, that's all I'll say about that one. I think if the PSL can release a statement, I just want to know the thinking behind it. But it's something that I've told you that the PSL in general has a problem with. the rules are not necessarily the rules. Anything can go on any day. Today you might be allowed to do a certain thing. Tomorrow you might not. Today they might decide this instead of having hard and set rules that govern all of these things that are happening. So let's hear what the reasoning is from the PSL, and then we'll go from there. I saw ETS Galaxy is leaning heavy on the victim side, where they're saying that it would have been disrespectful to her and her family, you know. So yeah, I don't know if they look at it differently when it's an internal player. I would have thought it would be a little bit worse if it's an internal player. Shot. Sis man. Sis man. That was a chance, man. Putsaka. Nah, lift your head up, lift your head up, lift your head up. You'll get other chances. Let's see. Not only one incident OT when it comes to Sundowns, we're on our way. Oh, and it's fine. That's why I say that, like, for me, either way, whatever team it is, it's meant to not have games afterwards. I don't think you can do that. Imagine the trauma of being a player that finds out that that somebody passed on and having to play a game, you know. Even worse when it's your teammate, like it's somebody you know, you've trained with, you love. Hey man, I know Rolani always posts Umadisha, for example. So let's hear what the reasoning is. Back to the game. Cape Town Spurs is on the attack. They missed a guilt-edge chance. They missed a guilt-edge chance where they just needed to finish off. How will this team survive when they can't aim at an open net? Hey, Kuba, I don't know, Kuba. I don't know. I watched the game that Cape Town Spurs won. Was it versus Amazulu? Hey, they looked incredible that game. Oh, they looked incredible. Abo Cupido. Now it feels like they're rushing. You know when you're playing with desperation. When you play with desperation, man, some of the basics go missing. Copyright, champ. Can't show you that the game because copyright. I will get banned. That's the thing. I will get banned. Unfortunately, if this was the Champions League or some other thing, you'd be able to watch it on SABC Sports, SABC Plus, or the SABC Facebook page. I don't know if they're showing these games there. All I can say is to stream this game, you have to have Dstv stream, or you can watch it live on Supersport channel 202. That's my audition. Okay. Let's see. I saw Hoto and Lepasa preparing to come on. I like Maele, but the problem with Maele, having Maele and Munyana on the pitch, you stand the chance to be counter-attacked on the side where the person left. It's unfortunate that Cape Town Spurs is not attacking that way. China seems to be injured there. Chain. Radio Man did nothing to you. Chain. Let me see. Come on. Come on. Hey, Fukeng has been quiet. Fukeng has been quiet there. Ow. Time wasting tactics on a Spurs game. This team is embarrassing itself. I'm also shocked. They should have gone and scored. Oh, we've got a farmer coming onto the pitch, number 44. Mabasa has come off. And Nkosina Sibisi. Okay, I guess you can't risk him. Who's come on? Lepasa and Hoto. Interesting. Who's going to be the Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I know they were playing three at the back, but can you trust Toto to play as a third centre back? I don't know. Or they're going back to a four. Mael, okay, Mael at centre back. Oh, Hugo Bruce. No, Hellman. In attendance for this game. He looks so bored all the time. But no striker will do well in this Pirates team. Well, in general, strikers have never done well. In general, strikers, who's a striker that's done well at Pirates? Like well. It's usually the wing players, the wide forwards, if you call them that. That's who usually does well. PK says, I'm peacefully watching Umkoka. I'm not subjecting myself. Ay, Mara. Augusto Palacios. Didn't Hango do well, Malume Kuto? They're always overshadowed by the white forwards. Lerato says, finally, Bruce allowed in Orlando Stadium. Hey, you guys. Lerata violence, man. Yeah, the late Leslie Magnatella. That's. Do we have to go that far back? Let me find it for you. I got a question about the ball possession. Let me find it for you. According to Google, the ball possession is 63% Pirates, 37% Cape Town Spurs. Pirates is my team back tonight. No fun to watch. Is the derby sold out yet, guys? Is the derby sold out? Shouldn't have taken off Pewa. 69 minutes in. Let's see. Kibone Maronza. Okene watswa. Yeah, generally. Malume Kuta says, no lie, I'm a little bit scared of Radio Pan. Oh, Ben is also coming off. Oh, midfield. What's going to happen in that midfield now that Burn is out? But of course, Burn was on a yellow. How one goal can sell out a derby. Amazing. I was just asking, Kavit. How. Kuma says Barpan is best for this game. Would have been nice to see him. But there's players there that were missing, man. I was expecting a little bit more from Cupido and Pewa. I was expecting a lot more. But yeah, that's the PSL. Our players will shine in one match, and they're not going to have consistency in the following matches. Whoever wants parking must let me know for Saturday. I'm living in. Okay. Don't tell us where you stay, PK. Don't tell us where you stay live. I don't know where this game's going to go. Guys, if you have not followed, please follow. Okay, it seems like Pirates has gone into defensive mode now. They've gone into defensive mode. They're parking the bus. The comments. The comments. Hey, Mara. The comments. I don't even want to read the comments. Cape Town Spurs with their first corner, it seems. Oh, Malume Kutso, you know, when you need pinches of salt, it's not going to be forgiven. 72 minutes in, it's still 1-0. Pirates is leading Cape Town Spurs. Yeah, the game has slowed down completely. Pirates, it seems like they're going to see out this game. So let's see what they're going to do. Malume Kutso, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Am I audible?
You're audible.
All right. I hope everyone is well, man. Hey, man, minang nenkinga uthi, man. Our strikers are being set up for failure,
Yeah.
especially by the two popular players right now. They hold on to the ball way too long, confusing the strikers as to whether they should make that run or not.
Yes.
And eventually, when they play that ball, it's like striker slowly.
Yeah.
You don't know as a striker, should I go to first pole or cover the last pole or center? Yapeta nje. So, into esikhala ngayo ngomahopa, sazokhala ngayo ngomabasa, sazokhala ngolipasa. These guys just need to be economical, man, ngamatasha and time spent on the ball.
But you had the blueprint first half. You saw how quickly they were going. Why then change all of a sudden?
No. They were going well first half, but not necessarily for our strikers.
Yeah.
There's this feint that they do, almost yonke midfield. The attacking trio Galipasa, Mfukeng, no Kimvidi. Even when the game is at high pace, our strikers are against our run in cards. Like even if they try, they'll either be offside or was Kichimela Mahala. They are decoy players. They are not actually meant to score.
Yeah.
So even if it looked like they were quick in the first half, they were quite slow for our strikers.
But isn't that Pirates' way, style of play? Your wide forwards are the ones that are usually very strong.
Well, not necessarily. You can be a strong wide forward, but at the end of the day, you also need to complement your striker. You understand? Whether you're playing the ball off that striker or whether you're scoring, but your kind of your movement needs to be a bit decisive more than it is right now. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, over the years, our more wider players have been popular, but not necessarily Nkaring. You know, at Sundowns, you have Ushalulile who's banging in the goals, but Utembazwana would be more popular. So it's not a yo, Lidile, go, OT. Shit.
We haven't gotten there yet. Give me a second.
Sorry, I'm out.
Sharp, Malume Kutso. And it's a goal. Malume Kutso was reporting live from Orlando Stadium. Live. And Lidile, in the words of Malume Kutso. So, 1-1. Cape Town Spurs gets the goal that they've been looking for this entire time. 1-1, Cape Town Spurs versus Pirates. This is what happens when you sit back and you try and defend for an extended period of time. This is what happens. Kamagi, number 40, scores for the Cape Town Spurs to make it 1-1. It seems like that fight we were speaking about is here. The fight you're speaking about is here. Why do this to yourself? Why do this to yourself? This is what I don't understand. Why do this to yourself? It was bound to happen. Cape Town Spurs has been the aggressive team for this whole half. And Pirates could not see this game through. Deck three. I feel for Chain though. Because Uchain, in that position, you have to decide whether you're going near post or far post. Yeah, it's 10 seconds behind. It's a couple of seconds behind. I mean, it's understandable. Goal scorer free on Munyani's position, Velile. Do you know what the problem is, Velile? They decided to defend, but then you can't defend with the 3, but then have Umonyane in that position. That doesn't make sense. Somebody else should have been there. But anyway, Agent Nazo.
I think it was coming, eh?
Yeah.
Pirates were playing with fire. They've gotten back. You know, that's what they deserve. You know, and I don't know. I've been thinking, you know, that is it maybe a case of the Soto Derby is playing on their minds that they're reserving energy. They don't want to be injured because everyone wants to be in the Soto Derby. Like everyone wants to be in the Soto Derby. So I don't know, but
But have you
they've gotten
seen
what they
how
deserve.
have you seen how they've changed their style of goal? There we go. Another one. It could be another one. Oh, Chain. Oh, Chain. What a tackle. They've changed their style in the second half. Did that hurt them?
I think change of personnel dictated that they changed the style, you know. Like I said, I think even the coach, he's not into this game, you know. I think this is perhaps maybe the difference between Sundowns and the rest of the other teams, you know. With Sundowns, you know that for this particular game, they're going to focus it just on it, you know. We saw last game with TS Galaxy. They lost a bit of concentration because the game they're focusing on was Sundowns, you know. And I think we're seeing the same thing with Pirates, that the focus, I think even from a technical point of view, you know, they what do you call it? Yeah. And I think there's that and there's change of style because with the Hoto in, the passer in, you need to play more on the wings than through the middle, yeah.
Do you think that's a yellow card? Just while I have you here, did you see that tackle?
No comment.
Don't run away. But it's fine. I'll let you go. Agent. Let me see. Nice game. Thank you, Cape Town Spurs. That's a red. It should have been. Let's see VAR. I agree we are saying VAR is here. That was studs up, guys. That was studs up. Last man. I got paid game. No, I got paid. Marana who 1-1, guys. I got paid. Now we have to listen to Chiefs fans, and now Pirates is dead in the eye, bud. That's why I was saying, okay, maybe give him a yellow because he got the ball, but it was a dangerous tackle. I don't think he connected that strongly. There might have been a little bit of connection there. Ay, Marakuma, tamayo sheba mvango ya hao, man. I guess he got help by getting the ball, but it should have maybe been a yellow. I don't know if there's precedence for this, but maybe a yellow for dangerous play. Because he went for it with the studs, eh? Excuse me. Frankie, agent, thank you for the gifts. 81 minutes in, it's 1-1. Pirates is now trying to wake up to salvage, to try and get the 3 points here. But let's see. Oh, Vino. Hardest working man in South African sports photography. Papati. I was reporting live. He knew before we did. Luzuko says isono. Isono, man. Isono. But let's see if they can wake up. Let's see if they can wake up. If corner something. Cape Town Spurs could possibly get something from this game because, as Malumo Kuto said, it's great. They don't create the chances for as great as they play is they don't create chances for their strikers. So how scared should you be of Elipasa in this situation? For example. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it was dangerous play. I think I'd give it for dangerous play. That's my thing. Maybe not a red then, a yellow, but it was dangerous play. Okay, we've got maybe about 12 minutes left of this game. Let's see which team wants it more. I don't see Pirates winning due to the wrong sub, says Masi. Yeah, the subs didn't make sense. That's why I was saying, Guti, I'm not sure about that defense when they take out players. I'm not sure about that defense. It felt like subs for the sake of subs. It didn't feel like subs in order to do something in the game. Why? That's what I'll say. Dlamini and Tim. You don't want to win this game. He's fine with a draw. He's fine with a draw. Tim, not Dlamini. Okay, you could argue maybe that Dlamini is a little bit more progressive, but then with Tim. Straight swap with Makaula. Let's see. Hey, Byrne would have had the time of his life in the midfield now. TV says, Zobada Lava come Saturday, cozy for life. Tavi says, that very guy, Zenzela. Masi says, Tim should have been there. Our midfield is not solid. Agent says, not to sound offensive, may I ask if Vino is a gent as far as I know. Good, so if Paris draw today, on Saturday, Rawin. No fucking, they're reading him. Yeah. Ribeiro defender in Nomara. Where is Otladisa? Hayoko benching, but I know Kapinga came on at some point. I haven't seen much of him though. "85 minutes in, it is 1-1 Pirates and Cape Town Spurs." Remember that one of only 3 wins that Cape Town Spurs has also came versus the Pirates. Is it possible for Cape Town Spurs to get another one and complete the double in the league over Pirates? Imagine that. And remember, if it ends like this, Pirates is only 1 point ahead of the Kaizer Chiefs. And one day we're going to have a proper discussion. We all make fun of the Kaizer Chiefs, but Kaizer Chiefs is literally 2 points behind second. Just by the way. Ay, wait, nah. Cape Town Spurs. They're playing though. Pirates going to win 2-1, says Young Doctor. Kuto says it's going to end as a draw. Lulu the boss lady says it's a draw today and lose on Saturday. PK says you're the best commenting person tonight. That you're in the mood. Hey, Kubo's on fire today. They're in the comments. Dotley gets a yellow card and is going to miss their next match. Unnecessary yellow card. Oh, way. Missed clearance there by Cape Town Spurs. It falls to their striker. Is that Cupido? Oh, if he can turn. There was a pass there. There was a pass there. If you could turn. Okay, Paris pretty much throwing everybody forward. Let's see what's going to happen. This is a chance for... this is when you catch them off guard. 88th minute. Almost 7 minutes left of this game. Can Pirates find a win from somewhere? Oh, Dlamini. Dlamini falls in the box. It's not going to count. We're going to see a counter by Cape Town Spurs. Oh, sorry, Model C, man. Kebon tamaling, clappering, makarapering. That was actually pretty close. Let's see. Vulavala. Soft. From Kapinga, it's soft. Pound for pound 3. Saturday we must come guns, please. Sure, ref. Hey, this ref talks, eh? This ref talks, eh? Saturday Pirates, Raija. Hey, Boshoff didn't look, he didn't look comfortable at the beginning of the game. I think if Pirates had shot at him a few more times, they would have gotten something from it. But I think Cape Town Spurs is also trying to see out this game as well. They're just kicking it forward, basically. Where's the game playing? It's playing at Orlando Stadium. Every team has its Huru team. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true. That is true. Hey, let me let Kumo in for some violence. Kumo.
Hey, OT, I would like to take back about what I said about Spurs not coming back from the slump that they're in. Nah, I'm thoroughly impressed by this team, eh? I can see, I want. Because right now, ke mentse ntho nngwe a se e a o tlhalohanye le bile a se ndwele Susan ke ba tlohetse ko mo vango rele ere ke menye mo. I hope Spurs ever had this team into an ever fat double ke ntho e ke menyetseng ne. Because the only thing I can want going forward, man, like Spurs at the cover, especially got the striking department.
Yeah.
They are good on the counter, they are solid defensively. I mean, like, you wouldn't say, if it wasn't because I know the log standings, I wouldn't have said, these teams, man, that are on the either side of the spectrum, yeah, log.
Yeah.
And especially Pirates playing at home, understand sharp, maybe they're tired, I don't know from what, Mara. They should be able to be, controlling more.
Yeah.
Yes, granted, more position Mara, it's not making those threatening balls towards the space box.
But then, Kumo, on Pirates' side, why change the winning formula? There was a way they were playing in the first half, and then all of a sudden they decided to do this ultra defensive thing. Baba 1-1. Now they're trying to attack double team. Why change the winning formula? I don't understand. That's 60th minute.
When as long as you've been a pundit with your own show, have you ever understood any of Jose's tactics?
No. Maybe there was one time, but his substitutions never. His subs never. I've never understood them.
Apa Jose Lena, this guy, what tell me like a winning formula, I win the cup, or no, it's we are come Karapa, so. Maybe in his defense, maybe he thought that he got the game in the bag. Maybe he thought like I get there's a big game and I'm using those inverted commas. A big game. Maybe he wants to spare his players. So I get some people had an extra day to rest. Maybe that's the thinking or one. But still, man, you're fighting against a wounded animal. And I want enough for now. I'm a very proud man. No one now for now, this would have been bigger than the Soweto derby in terms of like imagine losing to Cape Town Spurs twice. Especially on the position here, Cape Town Spurs. I wonder if they lose and get relegated, they're gonna say we beat Paris twice. That's a big thing for them. I would now as a coach, it would be like, yo, I wouldn't have done that, eh? I need it, man. But yeah.
Should Spurs feel hard done by in this game?
My guy, I don't go like clever. Why is I get so I'm trying to be neutral. What I'm behaving right now, I'm trying to be neutral. If it was a team from somewhere in Kebar, someone made a phone call, I was sneaky, it got bloody. What is I get so? But yeah, we're not gonna speak about such things, man.
Okay, I know. I'm gonna take as much as I can because I wanna. You tried for at least a good 2 minutes there.
Before motivate the get once again.
Come on.
Let's leave it there. Yeah.
No, thanks, Kumo. Let me bring in the general and hear what he has to say. Hey, they tried there. But guys, 7 minutes for what, guys? What's the 7 minutes for? Let's be honest. Kubeka says, if Pirates win, we can value all the teams we play with. We can do better. Hoto shouldn't be part of the starting 11 this weekend, says Umasi. Master Goodwill said, did Ndlondlo die? I think the problem with Ndlondlo was his attitude. How? The problem with Ndlondlo is his attitude. I think Ndlondlo was going to be a key player this season. Didn't they just kick a guy there? Yo. Wait, guys. That's a pen. That is a pen.
Penalty, Danga. Get penalty.
That is a pen. Or was meant to be a pen. Yo. That was a clear pen. That was a clear penalty. Sure, and Middendorp. Shout a boy. 1 minute, 30 minutes. Shout a boy. To be fair, Pirates should have gotten a red card early in the game. To be fair. No, that was meant to be a pen. For those who don't know, the ball basically bobbled in the box. Lepasa shielded it, and Ufama kicked his leg from the back. Kicked his leg while clearing the ball. That was a clear penalty. 2 red cards for Pirates. That was a clear penalty. Clear. But Ukai Osnintavi, I want to see Ukai Osnintavi. Okay, we've got a couple of seconds left of this game. Can Pirates salvage something? They're running very hard, Kari, last minute. Now, Kari, last minute is when they want to run hard. One swearing in German, the other swearing in Spanish. Okay, free kick to Pirates. They've basically pushed everybody up. One break here. Aye. On Saturday, we're going to defeat Pirates mathematically. Kana we saying the radius. The radius is double. Again. It was too much. Kona bazofaka is stress today. Unintentional by Farmer. Unintentional, but it's still contact. Our host is a Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a Chiefs fan. I am that. I want them to lose. Okay, guys. That is the end of the game. I'm only going to allow 8 people on. But strictly, you've got a minute. We'll break down the game tomorrow. But the game has ended 1-1. Pirates has not been able to beat Cape Town Spurs this game, this season. So that's interesting. That's an interesting stat. At least they didn't lose. Cape Town Spurs were the better team for quite a bit of it. Let's see. Pirates were going to be number 2 on the log, but fumbled. Nah, not a pen. Lipasa forces his leg there. I want them to lose. Rats and Chiefs. No, I'm a Chiefs fan, guys. I'm a Chiefs fan. Okay, then I'll just give my thoughts then and close. We'll talk about the game tomorrow and preview the Soweto derby as well. Okay, I think Cape Town Spurs should have won this game. I think Cape Town Spurs had better chances. Pirates looked very good in the beginning of the game. But what I liked about watching this match in particular is that it was a back and forth type match and it was open. So they were attacking each other and they were going at each other. Unlike other matches where one will be defensive, the other one will not be. I think it was an incredible goal by Mfukeng. But other than that, for all all of the credit we gave him in the first half, he didn't show up for the second half. He wasn't quite there. They figured him out. I think Cape Town Spurs should have made a little bit better of the chances they got, and maybe they would have won. And again, for another game, the changes that Jose makes don't make any sense. Why fix something that's not broken when you're only 1 goal up, playing against a team that has showed you throughout the game that they are there, that they are playing? Cape Town Spurs, it would have been one thing to do all those weird substitutions if Cape Town Spurs was not in the game at all. I understand you. I get you. You're looking at them and saying, "Hi, manifile lento." Why would I want to risk my players when I know I'm playing in a derby? But you've got a team that has been pushing from the beginning of the game, that has had their chances. And then all you do is go a little bit more defensive for some reason, throw some players out of whack for some reason, take out some of the guys who have been effective for some reason, and then you wonder why Cape Town Spurs is koril. This is why Cape Town Spurs is koril. But anyway, let me let in Tandeni. Tandeni, I'm going to give you a minute. Just tell me what you thought about the game, and then I'm going to close, and we'll speak about it properly on the show tomorrow at 7:30.
My chief.
How are
Yes,
you, my
man.
brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, man. Quick one. Again, it goes back to discipline. I don't know what to say, but what I would say is the guys who are playing actually the first 11, we got a goal, yes. After that, we started being complacent.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Abomofokeng now they're starting Pasaka Ditayela, Maswangani, they're playing those silly 1-2s which are not fruitful. We need to be deadly. Like we need to take every game serious. Yes, we are leading, but take a game serious. Show seriousness in the game. So we had a game now where the Cape Town Spurs only came back. I saw it come 48 minutes to say Cape Town Spurs will come back because the way we are playing, we are so casual. They're trapping at the chest, at the back, losing position easily. That tells you that discipline is not there. Mentality of winning is not there. It's like Tina, we are the best. We are the best team. Tina, nobody can beat us. Because Jose is very, very lenient with the guys. For me, the talent is there. Dion Hoto, that man comes from what you call it, from AFCON. He can't even make one through ball, one single pass. Zamin comes off from the bench. He can't even break a window. How many windows Cape Town Spurs broke? 4 or 5 of them, and they play with a very underrated squad. So, from my understanding, I still complain about discipline. Discipline in terms of discipline. The guys are very, very not disciplined.
Do you also say your coach is not disciplined?
Yeah, no, he's not disciplined. Why I'm saying that? Because he give these guys too much freedom. Sometimes you need to put your foot down as a coach. Like if you can see, man, like half of the team is performing freely. They are more than welcome to do whatever they want to do. That is why Kim Vidu, he will do 10-4 touches before he releases the ball.
Okay.
and he knows that is not good. So
Yeah.
what I'm crying about is that if they can be disciplined in terms of we are serious about what we are doing, we want to kill this game, we want to move on to the next game, then that could be ideal. But right now we're having people, yeah, no, come on, man. No, come on.
Okay. Let me bring in
We're
agent.
starting to play like Chiefs.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone. We're 1 point behind you. Just one. But Asiko Lapo. Let me bring in agent.
I wanted to ask my brother there that I don't know, maybe I misinterpreted the question. Because for me, it's the highest level of indiscipline by that coach before anyone. It looked like he has one eye on the Soto Derby. It looked like that way. You know, I don't know, maybe I think that was a question. Is he indisciplined also in that sense? You know, because the substitutions that he made, yeah.
No, but besides the indiscipline, I think we know him to be this. Kumo made the point that when have we ever seen subs by Uchose that we understood that makes sense? So he's the same as his players.
I mean, this time around, they made sense because I think Umbata was on a yellow card, you know, but Umbata was the better player after Umufuki,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and he took him out because there's a game on Saturday, you know, and I think I said this at halftime that Omaswangai was quiet, Ukim Vuidu was quiet. I wasn't surprised that they were taken off. Even Mabas, I think I mentioned him, you know, but they were quiet, but Pirate was okay, was playing okay, you know. And now you take out UCBC, you bring in Ohoto. What are you expecting? And you take out Omakaula. You're taking out
And Mbata as
Omakaula,
well.
you know, and Makaula and Bata and Mufuging were the only players of Paris that pitched up today, you know. China, I don't know if he's injured or it was his gimmicks. I don't know. You know, even him, but that's fine. And I don't know. You don't, like I said, it's indiscipline for you to try a Okapinga when you need to win. You bring Okapinga or the French players when you are trying to what is it called? When you've won the game, you're sure that you've won the game. You know?
Yeah, big deal, a big lead.
You know, and I think maybe this perhaps shows, you know, the Nkata role that Omakopa plays, you know, the defensive striker role that Omakopa plays and how important it is to the system because Omabasa was there, but he was not doing anything, you know. I think maybe that affected the balance of the team, you know, but it's okay. I think 1-1 draw. I think maybe it was good. I expected a loss in the beginning. I think it will be a good motivation for them to beat Chiefs. I think a 3-0 or 2-0 Pirates against Chiefs.
We're talking about that tomorrow. Hey. Tomorrow. I want to bask in this. No, I'm kidding. Kolani, what I always say about your team is that there's a discipline, there's a plan, there's a reason for things. The Paris is the first half, but then I think they shot themselves in the foot.
Thank you very much for the time, Mr. Oti. Firstly, let me congratulate Orlando Pirates for ending a point against a very difficult opponent. Isebenzile kakhulu ibhakani because we all know what happened the first leg. Yeah, but Mr. Oti, on a serious note, you can't play a game with one eye on your next game. I don't know, Mr. Otu. Maybe you balance this, Mr. Otu. It's also a dubbing of 6 points. No, 3 points.
9 points.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's so important, Mr. Otu, because it also have 3 points. So how about you focus on the present game and then ubone ukuthi uzowenza njani egamini elandelayo. It's a derby. As Legend would say, it happened July. Like, wonke umuntu uzoya lapha for the occasion, but not for a game. Because it's a game here. But it's 17 funny.
But then ucabangani Jose Rivero, because angali fine, it's Cape Town Spurs at the bottom of the log, but you've been watching them go back and forth with team yako. Then you decide, against Lavanto, I'm going to try to defend for 20-25 minutes. And say, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Mr. Oti. I'm not sure if Ribeiro. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, excuse me, Mr. Oti. Yeah, I think Ribeiro angazi ukuthi uyithathe noma undermine Cape Town Spurs, because for me I would have used this game for my guys to put up their hands and show ukuthi they want to play a game enkulu this coming weekend. So I thinking yakhe behind the subs akhe, I'm not sure if he was trying to save my players as I think on Saturday. I'm not sure.
Okay, no. We'll talk about this property tomorrow. Let me bring in Alson Tabi.
Okay, sharp.
Let me bring in Alson Tabi. Alson Tabi. Alson Tabi. Let me just check. Somebody's making a noise.
Why the bad player for Klapa Sri Lanka weekend? And get Chiefs on next. Because the bad player. The Kanabapala the win-win fella. Chiefs is nothing. Leave heads in the player while Kadibapa is about Dala Klapa Sri Day. High snowball, it's about MP.
Alson Tabi, Mara. Alson
Now, Nantan gets happy for that today. Or one I Cape Town Spayona. It's a hell when a pirate like it got to work away when I walk at your first away. Cape Town Spayona is a pirate. So, come home, Pagana, I just took a long 3-point fella Bafita Bazama. Naka Cape Town Spain like Bonaga Haki a flow crossing Kitaka and Trena Kitalo favor yon. Oh, my friend, so I make that.
Wait, too much, man.
No, happen to Kakamkurna. How about the player debate 2 weekend? The debate in course weekend. It's one of the there's no need to be the player. I'm not the player to the Bapale because you love it a fella when I got the 3 point. And then I kiss Mazo Cape Town Spay. To my Pagania on stadium and you have again a high window to again a gating. Yema Pagania, Gwen, how about I call it today? Kibula Feste, it's all again. Home not Oti one fat relatives who number 10, Bonaba number 2. So come now enjoy Arbona, Clappe number 3, Bapala Huntless so.
But I can't 1 point. But like a 1 point again.
Marabona have a Buaba Buakam Hot Chiefs Leheka 10, Chiefs number 14, Bonaba number 2.
It's like 1,000.
Again, let Lapa look favor, let Lapa again, Hosan Lizos favor. Scissor favor, number 5, number 6. How be a fun? How? Aye. Yegan, Chiefs, Yegan. Bona. Dala troba, winner, loser. What is the moon? Mahala Tobu, hi. It Chiefs again, let Lap. See again, Sizzla. Go Cape Town Spay. And then you can't Cape Town Spay, just down. It's a matter washi.
Retire, what else I name with my house in time. Hey,
told out. Give a 15 minutes back at my feet. I tell about Yanaba to Babula ticket like a first day. Emma Pagania Quenzenja.
I thank you all the time. Ricky Bakini. Very Tagamaba. Welcome, my brother. How are you?
Bravo.
Ngiyakuza Vili khona.
Hey, yaphila lapho Nkabya.
Hayi man, sizathini simele usathale man.
Ngiyanibona namhlanje impela nijabule kakhulu man. Yena wawusinthabi impela nijabulile. Kodwa ngiyibonile lento nge-half time. Yiko ngeke kwavula wonke lamavukuvuku. Angena kuqala amavukuvuku nge-half time. Akhuluma akhwela zehlela lamavukuvuku. Ngabona ukuthi khona okuzayo. Ngabona lapho ukuthi khona okuzayo.
Yeah.
And naku ukuzile mntaba. Kodwa khumbula inkulumo yami yayizolo ngokutshelile. Ngathi le niyabona nani winile. Kusasa ngasho ngathi kusasa there's no opportunity to number 2. Kodwa inkinga ucoach wami. Ngiyamazi. Ngiyamazi ucoach wami ukuthi uzakuzela ngayo double defense or what middle 6 yakhe le yoyenzile futhi namhlanje. As much as banika utalent Mbatha man of the match, but I can say only contributed on defending. But in terms of his, because he's supposed to be the main man who initiate the movement going forward, but he didn't do that. And so still it shows the signs were there even because remember even again we were struggling. We were doing the same thing. And I've said that's a chance my corner to grab the opportunity and go up, and then our coach come up with these tactics. Did you even saw the substitution? How messed up they were. You don't even know what those substitution, what is it that they're supposed to change? What tactics are they bringing into game? You can see it. You could see it. You know, I'm a fan of a well-coached team. Even if the team is a player who are not the same quality as our team, but you must see what are they trying to do. That's what he Cape Town as Spurs. He can come on the team.
Cape Town Spurs.
Yeah, but you could see what they're trying to do second half, and they were coming at us. And you see their coach, what they're trying to do on the pitch. Tina, we're just going up and down. No technical change. And with the substitution, I knew. Even though there are people who are on a good scoring opportunity or who took a run. Do you see the chance that he told to try to create a kill? But on his left hand side. Instead of just passing, he's running. But no, you'll always try to prove a point now and come in and score a goal. So
but then very first half you had the answer. As far as I saw, you had the answer. Very quick transition.
Only first 15 to 20 minutes. We didn't.
No, but Nisho, there was a move. There was the same spaces second half. Maybe Ufagusaleng to take advantage of certain spaces there by Cape Town Spurs. But then he decides to change the whole thing. I need against the team that has been attacking you. It's not like Cape Town Spurs being echo.
And that in Malcolm was selling that substitution being expected because if you see Kim Vudi, he was playing more of a right wing. Which is not his natural position.
Yeah.
If Kim Vudi want to play him, if you have to, players have to compete for position. Because if they are not good for position, they have to compete. If you can't them, but I don't believe in him. We believe Kim Vudi can do better. That's a position that Kim Vudi. He's supposed to initiate the play. Umar Kawula must destroy and give him the ball and start and initiate the position moving forward. They must fight for those positions. I thought Vele Benuzofaka Usaleng just is like a natural winger. So at least he Uzo the left hand side space challenge since they were coming Munyan because we know Munyan is not a good defender. He's not a defender, man. We just converted him, he's not a defender. So that's why now and then you'll always have challenges when it comes to defending. And we have seen this kind of thing where they were coming on his side. So our coach is still like noticing that, and maybe afake ulibitso maka keeper afake ulibitso maka keep Kim Vudi and push Umunyana to a right wing. Then it could have, but lawa wenzela mhlawumbe ama substitution bese sibuyele ku position yethu kuba ama deputy manje sibuyele futhi in 10 minutes asasama deputy ku position lesijwayele.
Hayi no mtakama sizakhuluma kahle kusasa ngoba mina
but then you look uwabuthi ukuthi bekayichazile nje just ukuthi igoli licishe lamshayise nga-heart attack vela nyamalala kodwa futhi nangokhona ama-strikers wethu angeke azakore hayi asiqoqeni ngendlela edlala khona in the way when we don't even push. Players are not even double talent, and the other players they're not getting into a box. They're not pushing with numbers moving forward. It's Sundowns when they push with 6 players. They've always got 4 players on the box. Whether the ball has gone to the left or the right, and they always got 4 players in the box. Thina kunomabasa kuphela the whole game goes with one bomele ba square go to square hot na ngena square uthi square bana guys like really that was very hayi mina yazi bahlekisa ngalabantu abawine ngefind izolo manje bakhuphumele
Sigeleni.
hayi
Sigeleni. But it's fine. Sizokhuluma kahle kusasa le ndaba. There's some things that I want to focus on. Azenzile coach wenu, but it's fine. Sizokhuluma kahle kusasa.
ngalivele ithuba uyaliyeka njalo hayi
Ithi kufaka umalume Kutso, our field reporter. Taki mtakama. Malume Kutso, our field reporter in the field.
Yeah.
What did you think about this?
I was reporting live from Orlando. Ebahlaba labafana ngisakhuluma. Kayiduruduru le ntwana. Mara anyway, Mr. Uti, it was coming, yabo. Substitutions or no substitutions, yabo. And contrary to popular belief, one of our subs read the game very well. And when he came in, he did what I thought was missing. That is Umikel team. He started lobbing those balls.
Yeah, carrying the ball even.
Carrying the ball into attack, you understand? Because if you're sitting outside as a player, that's what you must do. You must read the game one, which you shot on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you understand? But unfortunately, some of the players were not responding accordingly. Even though Kamela, I was quite impressed, Mr. Uti. I think, in as much as they equalized after Masab, the subs that we threw in were more direct. Except for Yaga Hoten, Kanakimang, that guy, Spies. You know, unless Spies is carrying an injury, then I'll understand. Or if they're preparing for Itahavi and they want a left center back, or something. Because you know, hey, unda party Itahavi man, hey, that I can read some short. So maybe they were testing out Leo, but that's the one substitution I feel which it was unnecessary. Uboy needs to vary his game. I think when you look at Saleng, Saleng's downfall was not varying his game. You understand? So it can't be that no always wants to cut in. You understand? He should be able to go when he scored. He went directly. You understand? He should be able to do the same 1v1. His left hand side and still be able to kill the ball. Does not always need to shy Alaska and then try and find the on if I post. You can just rush forward, man. I shy corner la. Try me a post. I think Kylian does it very well. Kylian Mbappe. And I know this might sound very unfair rather. To say players must be performing like Kylian Mbappe. But I'm just saying, there's a tactic you don't always need to cut in. Even when your stronger foot is on the inside, you can still go down the line. I mean, pick Thierry Henry, Suarez, they all did that. They went towards the line and still killed the ball from within the 6 yard. You understand? So the young man can improve on that. Talent, hey man, he needs to be able to change gears, man. I feel like he plays one gear the whole game. Nice pass, but he needs to find higher gears. He's showing glimpses of quality, but I'm struggling to see the difference between him and Upanoi besides age. You understand?
Before you close off, I want to ask you, it seemed to me that the spaces that were available in the first half were still available in the second half. But for some reason, Pirates decided to hold the ball a lot more, to not be as direct, to not play that game. Your coach made subs fine. The subs may have been effective in some spaces, but maybe you could have brought in a Saleng on the other side. So when Mfukeng is struggling, there's still that space, maybe on the right-hand side. What happened as you were watching in the stadium? What changed?
I would say, I would oppose what you are saying, Mr. Oates.
Okay.
The one space that was available in the first half was on their left-hand side, where Mfukeng, you could close your eyes and just pass it. You understand? So Abo China would just ping that ball. But I would just ping that ball. The centre backs would just ping that ball, and Mfukeng would be free. And knowing an NFL team, ill discipline will not be tolerated. You understand? So I'm sure the right back got a proper tongue lashing, and that proved to be a game changer because Uboy and I. Having to come up with new tricks, having to think, because and then sometimes they would double team on him, you understand? Even the image, because you have to understand, Tito moving from left to right is quite taxing, you understand? So I think Tito ran out of energy at some point. That's where we needed the 8, as Ove leader said. That's why we needed an 8 to come in and say, I'll alleviate the pressure, you understand? I'll take the bed in Gangan and do some hard running as well. And then with Kim William and Mr. Oti, can I just say he was quite soft? Looking for a Manyama foul, where you like, come on, just get up, man. You understand? And then who Kaping gets in, deceives to flat Mara Agayenzi man into right, man. You understand? But the main difference for me was closing of that space on the right hand side of Cape Town City. That proved to be quite pivotal. Our strikers, now, like I think I've said this 1,000 times, I've told the ball on time, and this thing is a confidence thing, Mr. Oti. It's a confidence thing, not confidence in yourself, but confidence in your teammate. Uguti, nakanjani, my teammate will deliver. You understand? Making a run as a striker, making a run is having confidence in your teammate
and trust.
When you trust, you understand? Trust. I think that's a much better term. Trust with Bazolians the ball, you understand, Mr. Woods. And at some point, man, like I think I've overstressed it. I'll say it again, our strikers are not sure. And it's not because of them, it's not because they're bad, but they are not sure which and someone will say, but you're a professional. But at some point, Mr. OT, we are born with you're not even being used as a decoy. Because whether we are lay or we are lay, like it's talk sweets, by enjoy a coconut. Busy, is busy wiggling his leg around the ball. Now to move on with him, and then when you switch off your engine, by Alpha, and the supporters start asking what can the striker sends on. So all in all, this is how you set up a derby. This is how you sell tickets for a derby. As you heard, Austin Time is super excited. I will call to agent. I read the red what. Iole. Afuna ukuthi nizowitnessa. Thengana ama-ticket. Nizobona niziwe. Thank you, Mr. Uti.
Thank you, Balolo Kutso. Our field reporter out in the streets on behalf of Overthinking Football. Okay, I'm going to close like this. Guys, at the end of the day, what I'm seeing for me is Jose doesn't have a plan B. Jose doesn't make good subs. His subs are usually just for the sake of making subs. I think Pirates only started playing better because Cape Town Spurs that scored. That's the only reason why. And what I liked, again, I'll go back to my example that I used earlier about Pirates at the beginning of the season when they were killing teams. You had 3 options always up front. Ratomo, Mfukeng and Tito would be on the left-hand side, combining with each other. If that works, it's fine. If that doesn't work, you'd have Saleng making runs inside on the right-hand side. If that doesn't work, Lepasa's your fault 2 guy, the last guy in the middle, who goes, okay, fine. If things fall into the box, I will score the things in the box. I will take these scraps that you guys are giving me. But what frustrated me the most about watching this game is that Mfukeng had a great time in the first half. So now, how do you then bring the rest of the team into the game? And how do you vary what you do so that you can catch them off? Because this wasn't a Cape Town Spurs team that was sitting in a low block. This wasn't a Cape Town Spurs team that was waiting and defending and waiting for transition. Both teams were very open and they were going at each other. And that's another reason why I look at Jose and I say, fine, You might have had thoughts about some of the subs, but how do you make 4 or 5 subs that can destabilize everything? Imagine making 4 or 5 subs. You've taken out one of your defenders who was a solid-ish on the day. I understand he had to look at fine. He comes off. You take out your 2 midfielders that had been playing well in the middle. Umbata no Makaula. You take them off. Then on top of that, you go to the front and you take off another person who was there. So now you've basically taken out your spine. Maybe you do it a little at a time, right? But I think he was doing it because he thought Cape Town Spurs wouldn't do anything. And I don't understand that, because in Cape Town Spurs, they showed you that they're here, it came in. In fact, they should have had the lead at some point in this game. Now, you know, guys, last thing I'm going to say, we'll speak about this properly tomorrow, but last thing I'm going to say is that for me, I'm a penalties, all of that stuff, I don't really count those things. Yeah, some people should have had penalties, some people should have had red cards, but what's guys, the game, those things were not given. It's not like they were burning down the opportunities and they were burning down the other team and they were having so many chances. It was a game that played, you know. But what I will say is that it was a good open game. It was nice to see 2 teams going at each other, unlike having one team defending deep and then the other team is attacking, and we are watching half ground all game. It was good to see it go back and forth, and I think a draw is fair enough of a result. But yeah, we'll go from there, guys. Tomorrow we're going to speak about this game, analyze this game. Then we're going to speak about the derby coming up, what we think about it, and all of that stuff, guys. The show is normally on every Monday to Wednesday at 7 p.m. 7:30 when we have watch-alongs, for example. Then we do watch-alongs of the big 3. Sundowns, unfortunately, didn't play today, but it was going to be Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs. We also do Bafana Bafana, Banyana, and also other games like the Champions League, Women's Champions League, those type of things as well. So please do yourself a favor, follow, and then join me. And also I have other content elsewhere. If you want to be part of our WhatsApp group where we go even deeper, we're probably going to have a lot of discussions tonight. Head on over to YouTube, click on subscribe, click on join. For just 20 Rand a month, you'll be able to join on this side, on that side, and get access to the WhatsApp group. And of course, Fridays are my breadwinners shows. They decide the topic, they run the show essentially. So if you want to be part of that, remember, subscribe on YouTube, click on join, 20 Rand a month, and you become one of my breadwinners. Guys, it's been real. We'll get back together tomorrow, 7 p.m. to speak about this game, to speak about what you saw, to speak about the subs, to speak about the derby, what we're looking forward to this weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to everybody that commented. Thank you to Lulu. Lulu, I like you so much. Thank you to Lulu, Agent, and Frankie for the gifts on TikTok. Thank you to the people that have followed. Thank you to those who watched on YouTube as well. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bye, guys.